It was like every time that he would probably try to draw me near him, I would get near to him, but I would turn my back on God every time. I would literally turn my back on him, y'all. And like, it hurts me to even say that. Like, I was literally turning my back on him. Like, how dare you? My channel. My name is Cynthia. Thank you for joining me today and just, checking out my channel. Obviously, God led you here. He wanted you to be able to see this video. And so basically on my channel, I talk about God, my current relationship with him, my journey in a way to encourage others. And so that we can basically be on this journey together, drawing near to God, developing a closer relationship with him, seeking him in everything that we do, and having faith in everything that he has planned for us. So today, to be honest with you, I have been like, I wouldn't say fighting this topic, but I just felt like I was not ready to really talk about this yet. But apparently this is something that God just keeps showing me and keeps bringing it up to me that I need to go ahead and talk about it. So basically, just a little bit about me. I moved to Phoenix, Arizona about 7 years ago from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, where I lived. I grew up there. I literally came out here and visited, I want to say, probably about 9 months before I actually moved. I liked it. I enjoyed the weather. And I just needed a change. I needed a change for me and my children. And so I decided to take the leap of faith. I did not have any family here at all. And I've always been really, really close with my immediate family. So it was a big step to be able to do something like this. So when I moved here, honestly, it was not what I was expecting. I just wasn't expecting for my journey to be the way that it is now. And I'm so thankful that it has went the way that it has went. But when I first moved here, y'all, it was really tough. Well, first of all, I literally had to figure out everything on my own. When I first moved here, I got a job offer, and it was a blessing that they ended up moving me here. So they literally paid for everything. They paid for all of my items to be shipped here. My car was shipped here and everything. So they paid for everything. They even got me in touch with a realtor to help me find a place so that I can have somewhere to stay when I first moved here. And so I literally found a place like with my realtor over the phone. Like I signed a lease and everything over the phone. I had not physically laid eyes on a place like where I can actually touch it and feel it until I got here. And so, that was a big risk as well. Like I didn't know the area like that. I didn't, it was just so many things that were just unknown. And so I got here, started my job. Everything was going really smoothly. Like I loved the weather. I was meeting people. But yeah, like I said, it was just so different from home. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but this was a big struggle for me because I was missing home so much. I was missing my family so much. And just the comfortability of, I don't know, I was more comfortable there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I knew where everything was. I knew I had a circle of people. I could go here and I can go by this person's house, or I can spend time with this person, or we can celebrate the holidays together. I did not have that when I first moved here. I didn't. And so I really, really struggled with, and I hate to say this word, but I really, really struggled with depression when I first moved here, because I knew that it was a good change, but I felt so alone, if that makes sense. Like I had my children with me and everything like that, but I still felt alone. And so my mom was even telling me like, hey, well, why don't you come back? Why don't you just, come on back home? It's okay if you come back home or whatever. And I was like, well, no, let me just stick it out just a little bit. Let me just stick it out and just see how it goes. And plus, I didn't want to keep on moving my kids around, like back and forth here and back and forth there. During the time when I was just feeling so alone, like, I was like really, really going through it. And it's like, God was by my side during that time, y'all. Like, he was literally by my side. And I can honestly say I was a disobedient child. I was not living fully for him. I was not, like, I won't say that I was like a bad person or anything like that, but I did not devote my life to him during that time. But he still stuck by my side. Like, I was on a brink, like I was just in a really, really bad place, and he was just still there for me, and now it's like the journey that my current journey that I'm in, like, I know there was purpose in me moving here. He wanted to get me alone by myself, literally lose a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people, as far as like friendships goes and things like that, a lot of my friendships ended. And I believe that it was because of what God is doing in my life. You know what I'm saying? There's no ill will or anything towards them, but I know that God has a plan for me. And a lot of times what happens is that he separates you from people, and because he wants to get you alone. A lot of times we don't hear him because we're so clouded and so much stuff is going on around us where we can't even hear him, and he's trying to talk to us. And so I feel like he literally stripped those relationships from me so that I can only be able to lean on him, and he could be my friend, and he would be able to place people in my life that he felt like were good for me, or I'm good for them. And so that was like a really, really big struggle for me too, is because when I moved here, I did have a couple of friends, but unfortunately our relationships I think that it was just that we were just kind of growing apart, However, in order for me to get spiritually where I am right now, those things had to end. It had to end because God had other plans for me and for them, obviously. And so, like I said, that was just really, really difficult for me. But him having me alone during this time, y'all, like, the amount of growth that I have had from literally September of 2016 to it's October 2023, I am like a totally different person now. But in a good way. Like, my mindset is different. My thought patterns, like the way I move, my presence is different. And I'm just so thankful that I moved, because even if it was for me to change the person that I was prior to moving here, that's all that matters. And I feel so blessed because I finally, like, the light bulb finally went off, and I had to realize that I could not do these things without him. Like, when I just sit here and really, really think about how all of these years that I spent, and I didn't have this close relationship with him, it's crazy to me. Like, how in the world did you even get through without having a close relationship with him? How did you do that? And then I just realized that it's really God's grace and his mercy. He covered me during all those years that I was just doing my own thing, just not really. I mean, I was praying, but probably not every day. I was reading the word, but probably not every day. I was going to church, but I wasn't going to church every single Sunday or every I don't even remember what the Bible studies were because I never went. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was not taking it seriously. And I know that I brought this up in one of my previous videos where I talked about how the relationship that I had with him was never like how the relationship I had with him is now. Like, in the past, it was more so I was doing it for gratification from others, from family members, or just the look of, okay, if you don't do this, then, you know what I'm saying? It was more so about what other people think, and it wasn't necessarily about, okay, I really love God and I really trust him. Like, I didn't really believe it, if that makes sense. I don't even know if I'm saying the right thing, but I just felt like it wasn't like a genuine relationship. Like, I don't feel like I was solely like genuine with my relationship with him. Like, I feel like I was one of them type of people that, okay, I pray for something that I really, really need. Now I'm close with him because I just prayed to him because I really, really need something. Once he blesses me with that, then all of a sudden I'm back on the deep end. Does that make sense? Yeah, I really, really struggled, y'all. I really, really struggled. And I know that a lot of the struggles was because I did not have that close relationship with God. I know a lot of that stuff was my fault because I turned towards the devil. It was like every time that he would probably try to draw me near to him, I would get near to him, but I would turn my back on God every time. I would literally turn my back on him, y'all. And like, it hurts me to even say that. Like, I was literally turning my back on him. Like, how dare you? You know, like, now when I sit here and I think about it, you know, like, during that time, like, I mean, even probably, I want to say like a few years ago, like, I did not like the person who I was, y'all. Like, I just really did not like her at all, y'all. And I don't know why he wanted me to do this video right now, but apparently he has his reasoning, y'all. You know, he always has his reasoning for things, but I really did not like who I was, y'all. Like, seriously. And it showed. It really showed. Like, it showed everywhere I went, the jobs that I worked at. Like, I wasn't happy, you know? I just was not genuinely happy. And it took for me to, like, really kind of hit rock bottom for me to just be like, okay. Like, I just looked myself in the mirror like, this is not what I want for my life. Like, there is absolutely no way that I'm going to be blessed with the person that I am right now. I have to change. I have to do something about this. There's no way, you know? And I don't know if that's something that you may be going through. I know that God is making me make this video because I was like, I don't want to talk about this yet. Because I felt like I wasn't ready. I felt like I didn't really want to disclose all of this information to y'all just yet. Like, to know, like, yeah, I struggled a lot. I did not like myself, like, at all. How do I expect others to like me if I don't like myself? You see what I'm saying? And so now that I have this relationship with God, like, I just love, it's such a relief, y'all. I love the person who I am. You know what I'm saying? Because I know who I am. I think the reason why I did not like myself in the past was because I just didn't know who I was. I was too busy trying to be somebody else, you know? like trying to keep up with what everybody else was doing, trying to relate to everybody else and what they were doing, but it really wasn't me. And so now that I've been working on myself and like really staying in my word and maintaining my relationship with God, like literally every day I'm talking to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he is my best friend. He is truly my best friend, because I feel like if people, like when I'm driving in a car, y'all, I talk to him. The good thing about it is that nowadays they have the Bluetooth. They have the Bluetooth thing, so they don't know if I'm actually talking. Like when people ride by or I'm sitting at a light or whatever the case may be, they may think that I'm just talking on the phone to somebody, but I'm literally having a full conversation with God. Like seriously. And immediately, like if something happened, like something that I did or how I communicated with somebody was not the right way to do it, like I am immediately like, God, please help me. Like I just screwed up. Like I shouldn't have acted like that, or I shouldn't have said that, or I should have been more friendlier, or I should have said this to that person. You know what I'm saying? Like I talked to him about that. Like, God, come on, please help me. You know, because I know Satan is trying to take me out of here. He doesn't want me to be this person that I have become. He hates it. And so it's been a really, really big struggle for me in certain things, because he knows my weaknesses. And so he has been trying to just keep picking at me on it. But the good thing is that I know these things. And so I have been just picking back, like, no, you're not gonna win. You know, you're not gonna win this battle. And so this is just encouragement for anybody that, you know, is planning on moving or has moved out of state, and maybe you don't have anybody right now by your side. You probably are doing this on your own. Just encouragement that God has your back. If you seek him in everything that you do, there is no reason why you won't be able to win this battle of whatever you're struggling with, because he got you. And I know it can be difficult, especially when you moving from a place where this is all that you know, and all of your family is here, and literally nobody is, like, you can't call on nobody. You know what I'm saying? You literally, only thing you can do is actually pick up the phone, but you can't, like, if you're struggling with something, you can't just say, hey, can you come over here? Hey, can I come by your house? Like, you can't do that, because you don't have that village anymore. You don't have that tribe anymore that's you know, close to reach. Like, you can reach out and touch them. You can drive a couple miles to their house and be able to see them. So I just want you to just be encouraged. God has a purpose and a plan for your life. Although it may seem like you're alone, he is with you. Tune into what exactly it is that he's trying to say to you, though. He puts you in these places for a reason. He silences everything around you for a reason. He wants you to hear him. He really does. He wants you to hear him. And so don't keep fighting that. You don't have to do it alone. Please don't do like how I did for a whole bunch of years, where I was literally silently fighting these battles all on my own, using all of my strength. And then I'm exhausted, y'all. Like, seriously, I was like, this is enough is enough. There's no reason why why do I have to fight anything or anybody or any situation? Why do I have to fight it when God is my protector, my provider? Like, he is going to fight all the battles for me. All I have to do is literally hand it over to him. Here you go, God. I trust that you will handle this for me. God, I just moved from my hometown. I don't have nobody here. Nobody. Help me. Help me not to feel alone. Help me to feel your presence. Place people in my life that you see fit. That is going to be a blessing to me, and I'm going to be a blessing to them. Make sure that those connections are genuine. I trust that you're going to do that. These are things that you can pray to God about. Be specific, because that's what he's looking for. A lot of times we pray vaguely, or we feel like, oh, well, because I've even felt like this before, where it's like, oh, I'm constantly praying to him and asking for them, asking him for this and asking him for that. Like, you know, like, I feel like I'm a begging child. Like, I'm always asking for something. But that's what he's here for. He wants us to be able to rely on him. He is our Father. That's our daddy. He's supposed to be there to do these things for us. So, be encouraged, y'all. Truly be encouraged. Everything that you're going through is not, everything that you're going through is by design. It's a part of your journey. It's like taking these steps. Like, you have to take a step up. You got to go up the staircase. You have to keep going up that staircase. And every time you take a step, it's going to be something in the way. Something is going to be in the way, but you got to be able to step over whatever that is. You have to be able to step over that. It's going to be obstacles. It's going to be struggles. It's going to be setbacks. Remember, we are not perfect. We are going to make mistakes, but that's the reason why God gives us grace. When you recognize that you've made that mistake, just repent about it. God, please forgive me. I know that I told you that I would no longer do this again, but my flesh, okay? So just try next time not to do it again, or whatever it is. I don't know what it could be, but you know what it is. Okay, you know whatever it is. But when you pray to him and you ask him, you keep on praying to him and say, God, please, I keep struggling with this same thing. I keep struggling with this. Like, I do good 1 minute. I'm doing good for 2 weeks. Next thing you know, now the struggle is back again, and I slipped up again. I need your help with this. You got to remember that God is working on you and in you and with you. He is walking by your side. He is literally holding your hand. Okay? He's literally holding your hand. But the devil is going to come in and he's going to try to pull you back towards him. But you got to recognize that. You have to be able to open up your eyes and see, like, no. You got to. You have to have a spirit of discernment to recognize these things too. It could be a person. It could be a place that you regularly go to. It could be something that you do all the time that you know that's not of God. So, like I said, lean in on God and don't beat yourself up when you make a mistake. Do not beat yourself up, because what happens is that sometimes when we beat ourselves up, then we just give up. We be like, I can't do this. I keep on messing up. I keep slipping up. There ain't no way that he gonna bless me. There is no way, because I keep on messing up. There ain't no way he blessing me. He looking over me. That is not true at all. He is always there to pick you back up. He's not gonna deny his child. You come back crying to him. and you let him know truthfully the struggles that you need help with. He wants you to be specific in your prayers to him. Do not be vague. Do not be vague. You gotta be specific. Because even though he knows our thoughts, he definitely knows our thoughts. He wants to hear it from us. He wants to hear us praying to him, asking him of these things. He wants to hear our voices too. And so he's not going to just do the work if you're not asking. All because you think something in your head doesn't mean anything. If you're not calling out to him and saying, God, I need your help. God, please bless me with this. God, please help me with this. If you're not actually calling out to him, then he is not going to answer you. I just wanted to get on here to talk about that, y'all. I hope that this has blessed you. Well, I did have a scripture, but I didn't even read it. But the scripture that I do have is Deuteronomy 31 verse 6. Be strong and of good courage. Do not fear nor be afraid of them. For the Lord your God, he is the one who goes with you. He will not leave you nor forsake you. So remember that on this journey, whatever your journey is, that he is not going to leave you. No matter what happens, no matter what mistakes you make, he's not going to leave you. We're the ones that run from him. He does not run from us. So if you have been running from him, turn right back around, literally do a, not a 360, but do a 180 and turn back around and face him. Go towards him. Don't go towards darkness. Go towards the light where he is. Where he will give you the peace. He will give you the love. He will give you the grace, the strength, the confidence that you can't get from man alone. There is no way that you can get that from worldly things. So I hope that you all have a blessed day. Thank you so much for joining my channel. I hope that you do decide to subscribe to my channel. I wish you and your family nothing but blessings on your lives. Have a blessed day.